It's time to get all your Star Wars news in a single file. From Fantha Tracks TV, this is Good Morning Tatooine!
Good morning, Tatooine. The sun is shining here once again for another edition of our weekly news recap and discussion show for FanthaTracks.com, broadcasting live on the Fantha Tracks Facebook page and coming soon to YouTube at Fantha Tracks TV. Joining me this week are my two guests, Mr. Mark Newbold and Matt Booker. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
And
Hello there.
I'm just going to go through quickly what we're going to cover on the show. So on this week's show, we're going to be talking Rego Robot's new Mudhorn Miniskull. Felicity Jones' comment that she's got unfinished business in the Star Wars galaxy. Gentle Giant's Dr. Afra Minibust. Star Wars Trading Post coming to Shop Disney. We've got Star Wars Celebrations new merchandise. And we're going to discuss the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special trailer. Then in our weekly feature of Jabba's Court, the discussion topic this week will be Chapter 10 of The Mandalorian, The Passenger. Before we have our last round at the Cantina, where we pick our favourite Star Wars music track as the deluxe edition of Solo: A Star Wars Story is released. So, coming back to you guys, as well as all that news topics we're going to be covering, anything else that you've covered for FanthaTracks.com this week, or have you guys been out shopping as Star Wars products come rushing back to retail?
I had a package turn up at the house from sent from Hasbro, very kindly sent to us to review for some new Mandalorian stuff. So I've got some here. Just wave at the camera. So there's the carbonized Mandalorian fur there. I can angle it away from the lights. There's those on the worst photographer on the planet. So I'll try and keep it as tight as possible. There's a Mando there. There is Mandalorian and the Child, which is rather nice. I'll step that back a bit.
Got that already.
And also the crit coin Mando as well, which is kind of inspired by the end crits. So some bits. An article up on Fantha at the moment, which is how you hit people checking it out. So we're going over that. But it's been a big week. Obviously, Mando came back. Lots of conversation going on that. So we've been busy social.
Yeah, so what about you, Matt? What's been happening over on the socials for Fantha Tracks?
Not a huge deal. A few bits and bobs going on. A friend of mine, Dave, found a retro card Ando Calrissian figure, its own star case. And it wasn't a star case. It was pretty much a security box that you normally put a CD or a DVD in, and they crashed it in there. So that was quite funny. A friend Kwong in Hong Kong sent me a load of goodies. So I've got some. He stores up Fett bits for me for my small Fett collection. I've got a die-cast Slave 1, a little Fett helmet, Return of the Jedi die-cast Boba Fett figure, which is pretty awesome. A little toy cars that are fetished or fetted, I don't know. And a Tsum car, a little clip holding paper together, which is weird. Another Kubrick, an Edgar, and a pad.
Lots of cool stuff coming up. You guys have managed to pick up there.
Stuff.
So let's jump straight into the news and have a little discussion about what's been happening this past week. So let's go. We have got the Rego Robot have released a new Mudhorn Skull mini sculpture. Big fan of the stuff that comes out from Rego Robot. Picked up quite a few of their smaller items over the years, so what did you guys think of this one?
Really nice. Really, really
Really
nice. I've the hand carbonite, the hand carbonite's just behind me, behind my thumb, and these pieces are so tidy and so nice and reasonably priced, really well packaged. But for them to be hopping onto the Mandalorian now, it's a smart move, you know, and their skills are evident in the stuff they released. Really, really nice. We had an interview with Tom recently on making tracks, worth checking out, and yeah, really cool stuff.
I picked up previously the sort of Han Solo and Carbonite they've got as a sort of small, sort of like picture frame almost type kind of thing. Picked up a few of their magnetic keyrings and so on, but I've never picked up any of their sort of resin skull type things. I don't know if either of you guys have picked up any of their stuff there.
I got the back of the skull. I got that yonks ago, and it's really, really nice. I got the first one off of the celebration when they first launched Regal Robot, and I was there. We were setting up the booth, and I walked over. He was setting up his booth. I need to buy this piece really because I got it for my fan collection. I think it was like the second time I met Tom, and it was just like, yeah, great. It got on the box and everything. It's in the house somewhere. I'll tell you where it is. I've got too much stuff. But yeah, it's on somewhere in the big menagerie of Boba shaped. It's in every shape and form.
The next news item we want to cover. Felicity Jones commented on Jyn Erso and the Star Wars franchise this past week. The general gist of it was that she feels that she's got there's unfinished business for Jyn, and she's not against the idea of coming back. She calls it Star Wars Universe. I hate that. Star Wars Galaxy. But,
yeah, agree.
What do you guys think about the character of Jyn coming back in some way?
Well, the Canyon series is going to be prequel, isn't it?
Yeah. Go on. Sorry, Mark.
That's okay. It's a bit of a delay. The Cassian series is a prequel, so there's the potential to do it. You know, Diego Luna doesn't look that different. She doesn't look that different. It's doable, I think. You know? And even though Jyn had a moment in Rogue One, there's scope to do something. You know, why not? She obviously enjoyed it. She was well looked after by the hands of it, if you read the piece.
And your thoughts, Matt?
I don't think she needs to come back in the Cassian series because I don't think that would work.
And
just because of the time thing. But yeah,
Chris Hummel there pointing out that she died though in the movie. So
she did indeed, Chris. Yeah, we did spot that.
Options are limited to where they bring her back. It's got to be
the Darth Maul died, and the Emperor died, and yeah. Nobody's dead in Star Wars because we just jump out of time like Doctor Who.
Yeah, Mark Malcaster there and saying Jyn prequel. That's got to be the way it would have to go. You can perhaps, if they wanted to be clever, you could have her cameo in the Cassian Andor series, but him never actually discover that it's her. You know, you could play a bit sneaky.
Yeah, the Han Solo sort of dream sequence in Rise of Skywalker, I guess you could do something like that if you wanted to, but probably not. It had a bow on it, didn't it? A storyline, and in Cassian being own makes sense because you're still up to Star Wars. May's Gabon was Rogue One, so I'd love her to come back. Great actress.
Yeah. Next news item is the Dr. Aphra minibus that's come out now. There's 300 pieces available, $99.99 from Gentle Giant. You guys, this isn't the most expensive of figurines that you can pick up. Dr. Aphra has proven to be a popular character. Is that the kind of thing, Mark, that you would like to add to your collecting room?
Yeah, it's a bit different. I like Afro characters. He's a bit cheeky and a bit out there. The comic's been fun. The second run of the comic's been more fun than the first. So the audio drama was great. There's definitely just in the character, and this is the pose works for this. You know, that just looks cool. I can see that on my shelf somewhere. I do like it, yeah.
Matt, we can see behind you.
Have you got any space left?
Not much. Not much.
No, ditto.
We can see behind you,
Got a
Matt.
few giant pieces up top, so but it's all Fett. So
you're a big collector of Fett stuff, Matt. Could you slide a little bit of Dr. Aphra in amongst all that collection behind you?
The room.
No.
The only giant piece I've got that's not Fett, I've got a Sand Trooper that I got back at Selection 3, and it's an artist proof piece. A gentleman gave me back there. And that's the only piece that I've got that's not Fett from them.
Wow.
If Afra doesn't interest you, perhaps some of the Galaxy Edge stuff coming to Shop Disney as part of their Star Wars trading post may do. This stuff's kind of been exclusive to the parks, but obviously the parks have been largely being closed this year. A lot of it made its way to Target in America. It's now come on to Shop Disney, which makes it a little bit more accessible to a lot more, I guess, a lot more of the world. Lots of little cool items as part of the trading post. Anything grab your eyes that you guys would like to get hold of now that we can't quite get to the parks?
It's a great idea bringing it out. The musical influences, like the Clue horn and all that sort of stuff. I think that's a great idea, and loads of people were walking around with the monkey lizards on their shoulders. I just wish they'd done one that you could sit roast. That would be more fun. Quartz tool, yeah. There's some neat stuff. I like this line for products. I think it's great that it come to Target.
What about you, Matt?
Ooh, Banthas.
We always love Banthas here.
Banthas.
Yeah. There's lots of like.
I still need wooden Boba Fett thing. I'm not managed to pick that up yet, or get something up for. I've said to people at Disney, anything you ask for wooden, and one thing it's been in stock.
Yeah.
It's like they only got stock for the Disney park stores, and they're not open.
My favourite there's the Lando plush. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Some of them don't work so much. I think the Tauntaun's great. Not a fan of the Yoda at all. Don't mind the Watto, but there's lots of little fun things in there. And you can understand how
there's very little Watto merch out there though.
Yeah, you can understand how a lot of it works at a theme park. Maybe not so much in retail. Yeah. There's a difficult balance there. But there's some interesting stuff in there. Join in the crowd on releasing new merchandise. Surprisingly, the Star Wars Celebration store came back this past week. Lots of new stuff released by them online. Anything that grabbed you guys' attention?
Yeah, some cool t-shirts in there. Definitely some neat t-shirts. Hopefully they're going to release the patch, the badges. I've got my celebration shelf just behind the camera, and I've got the sets of badges from every show so far, and that'll be on my list if I can. What I've got to say, the video covers that they've done, note video covers, really nice. I think they're very clever. We missed out on some good stuff this. I'm glad they're putting it out there. Well worth a look at.
I really liked the Cloud City lamp, which I thought was kind of clever.
Yeah.
I liked the way it was done.
Yeah, won't work
very
clever.
Anything that
I like the egg, and I love the fanny pack because everybody in the UK needs a fanny pack. Lovely. Been on that?
Yeah, it's I think it would be popular depending on the packaging and how it presents itself. Definitely one for the UK buyers.
Yes.
Yeah. And I like to see which match you can whip, stir.
Yeah, as Chris Hummel again there points out, no queuing this time. Feels wrong.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
There's rush. There's no putting a load of gear, trying to get in the store, hanging up more things off your arm.
Yeah.
Not really a store that.
Next big news item this week. Official trailer for the holiday special coming to Disney Plus original, the Lego Star Wars. You guys check it out, and what did you think? Mark?
Loved it. Looking forward to this. Just did a big piece for Starburst at the original holiday special, and we teased a bit about it at the end of it. It just looks like so much fun. It's I mean, it's canon adjacent, as me and Mark say, making a lot. But what the hell? It just like I want that jumper that Paul's wearing. That's all I'll say. That's got to come out somewhere in my size.
Well, jumpers are out. Lego figures in the States. Target have got them, I think. Got a Walmart. I've seen photos of those Lego figures with Christmas jumpers on.
Yeah. But
they should have made an outside of each of those jumpers for it because it looks fab. It's the Lego stuff's fun. Right from what was the first one they did? Empire Strikes Out. Whatever it was, whatever the first Lego one did, they did. Everything since they've done with it just been entertaining, fun. Lots of slapstick and sillies, but really, really enjoyable.
And there's a pretty impressive cast there, lending their voices as well. Mark, anyone on that list there that you're excited about hearing reprising their Star Wars roles?
Well, it's always cool to see here Anthony Daniels come back as 3PO, and he seems to have. He was probably finished in the tin can in 3D reality. I don't think he finishes 3PO. Clearly, he's not because he's doing Time Galaxy's Edge as well. But, obviously, BD is under, sort of a second win there, and also most notably, it's Kelly Marie Tran coming back to play Rose again. Her star's in the ascendancy of May and the Last Second coming up next year. So, good, and throwing all those Clone Wars veterans as well. It's just going to be all. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, Matt, there's quite a lot of Clone Wars veterans as part of the cast. Any one of those that you're looking forward to?
It's surprised we got Matt Lanter back because, Tom Kane's been back in those stuff. John Taylor all went back a bit and did quite a lot of stuff. Missing Ashley, though, which I found quite weird. But yeah, I mean, having them all Clone Wars coming back, it's lovely to see them back. Even if it's only for minute and a screen time or whatever it may be, because the trailer sort of shows they're going to jump around quite a lot. It's lovely seeing them back, just reprising and do a little bit of stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. And with all that news covered, we head on to the big discussion topic of the week, which you guys will be familiar with. On our Jabba's Court, we're going to be discussing the Mandalorian. So what did you guys think of Chapter 10?
Go on, Mike, kick off.
Loved it. Just loved it. A lot of them in comments. Oh, it's a filler episode. It's like it's episodic TV. You're not going to have 10 out of 10 episodes every week. Otherwise, you'd never have an out of 10 episodes. It's a beautiful piece of story. It's good fun. It's got Dee Bradley Baker in it, the voice of the Frog Lady, played by Miss Rosa, which was fantastic to see her back when I got the credits. I was like, oh, great. Oh, so I always pause the end credits and see who's done the work on it, and it was just lovely. Seeing the spiders come to as much as we'll ever get real life from Ralph's early Empire drawings, just phenomenal. And they're relentless little things, aren't they? Really, really cool. Yoda, baby Yoda, the animal that the Star Wars universe eats everything. Baby spiders, nom 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 nom. Baby frog spawn, nom 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 nom. Yeah, delightful.
The Peli Motto was back again, Mark. Glad to see her back on again.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny, you look at her visually and she reminds me of Ripley from Alien, and then you see those spiders and the way the egg peels down. It all had an alien sort of vibe about it in that respect. Her character's fascinating because I just think it's a Tatooine thing. We talked about Watto a minute ago, the push coming out, and something about those Tatooine folks, you love them, but they're not entirely trustworthy. And even though I think he's on Mando's side, she picks him up, Frog Lady, hasn't got a name yet, and send him off on a mission out of the sector in sublight, which is the most dangerous thing there to be at the moment. Everyone's on his tail. And, she'd know a woman for 10 minutes by her own mission. So, yeah, she's on. Fun character. I mean, setting up Insect Eye, that massive bear. He knows she's got him beat. She tells him how much to put in. Just total setup. Great character. More of her, please. Think she's cool.
And Matt, a lot of criticism of the episode was that it could be seen as a little bit of a filler episode, but I quite enjoyed seeing a little bit of the focus on the relationship between the child and the Mandalorian. What was your thoughts on that?
Episode TV has filler episodes, and they're not fillers. They're just separate stories. Even when you get stuff like Doctor Who that has a line nowadays, and other shows that have a through plot line, it's more character building. You know, it just had action, you'd have episode 9. Yeah. And episode 9 didn't build any characters. It just had all the low points, and it was just the entire high point. But this, if you graph high points and low points, there's a lower point in the pace of telling the main plot of whether it's whatever that be. But I really enjoyed it. I need low peaks to get back to high peaks again. And that's the way film and TV and everything works, and storytelling works. So I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And it gave us more about the characters in it. You know, but a lot more. It was great.
Yeah, I like the fact that round about Halloween had a little bit of horror with the spiders. Yeah, I find it quite amusing, the child eating the eggs every now and again. I'm still maintaining my theory that the child's more Sith than he is Jedi. Done a lot of slightly evil things, force choking people and killing mudhorns and eating eggs, and there's little signs there.
Babies.
Yeah. I think on the review on the site, Brian, the site where we did the team review, one of the things it said was, I think you look at Baby Yoda now, as he grows up a little bit, and imagine Groot. You know, Groot went baby, but then when he was like teenage Groot, Grub Groot, Siak, Melly Groot. Oh, baby, you could go that way. Yeah. I think Amanda could have some real with that. Not that one.
Yeah. I think
we're going to get teenage Groot TikTok then.
We should.
I think a lot of the criticism the episode's gotten is because we're so used to binge watching TV now. We're not used to that waiting a week to get the next episode. We're used to tackling whole seasons at once, and we've got to get ourselves back into that mindset a little. And I kind of feel that a lot of this episode will probably reflect back on in future episodes and see how they've been building up certain elements. The one thing I didn't like about the episode was you've got the Mandalorian is the faceless character, the child that doesn't really speak. You've introduced another alien that couldn't really communicate. And so you're really struggling to convey emotions a little bit in that way. And they did introduce a droid, and as much as I hate droids, it helped having the sort of the translation there, but they didn't keep it in the episode very long. I kind of felt that was a little bit of a problem in the episode, was getting the connection between the characters.
Yeah, that's a comment. It is tough. It is for Mando to convey to a degree. I mean, he's a grafter. This episode stuck to me more than anything. You know, the ship goes through 7 levels of hell, and they do all the stuff they have to fight off and get through and evade. Obviously, they're evading the Republic in this episode. It's all these issues, but he's such a hard worker. The Yoda basically Zillow in this episode, eating anything he can get his hands on. Wobbly white spiders and the last offspring of a family line and all those things. So it is all. There's a lot. There's more going on, I think, than it gets before. But it's very linear. But I think they'll work well when it's linear. I think, like Matt said, the characters can do. Like, if you've got a fair, straightforward storyline, I think they'll live a fairly straightforward life. So I disagree, Gary. I thought the Dripping Frog was ace, but there you go. Just me.
I liked it.
It didn't really lend itself to let us know where the next episode's going to go. But any thoughts in general as to what you would like to see coming up this coming Friday?
I'd like to see them go away, see my planets, and show it was in the trailer. Because you saw the frog lady walking down to a close figure with the export on her back in a pod. I'd like to see that come along soon later. I like it being episodic, and I like it being weekly. I don't want to binge watch this show. I like to watch one episode, maybe if I get a chance to watch it again before work, which I can't now because the clock in America went back to reading until 8 a.m., not 7 a.m. I watch it at the time and discuss for a week, and then discuss that show around the water work. You get to binge like Stranger Things or things like that. You end up watching all of it a week, discuss for a week, and then not airing. The retail, you can see toys of Yoda, Mandarin, and whoever you can get your hands on as a retailer, because you can stay for longer because it's in people's minds long. Game of Thrones was, and Disney won't have people paying one for a subscription, ditching it. They pay for 3 months to subscribe for a 3-month period. I may as well for a year. There's downtime for shows that we ain't going to care about, but the other stuff on Disney Plus to watch. It's the long game and it's nice and cheap. So why would you need to worry about binging it all weekend?
Yeah.
You get more out of it as a long form thing, I think.
With the Mandalorian chewed over, let's have a last round at the Cantina. And we'll have this discussion topic for this week. What's your favourite Star Wars music track? This is in the week that the deluxe edition of the soundtrack for Solo: A Star Wars Story is released. Guys, do you have a favourite Star Wars music track?
Oh, well, my head tells me that it's probably something from Empire. The Been Sweet, the Cloud Sweet, that's pretty hard to beat. Solo's got some incredible music in it. Flying with Chewie. There's some more stuff there. It's tough one. I'm going to go Bells Balls from Christmas in the Star. That's my favourite one. He said irony.
CD. I go for Bobby Sunday. It just does it for me. Really, really does.
Yeah.
I've also got a real soft spot for Jewel of Fate. I remember going and getting a bus to the next time ever to go and buy it on CD, the CD in my pocket, and going back on the bus listening to it, and that track just is such a good track.
Yeah. The
Brian?
Ray's theme for me, I was nervous about the music for the sequel trilogy. It'd been a long time really since John Williams had sort of done new Star Wars music, and really shouldn't have been nervous because it's John Williams. But I think very quickly Ray's theme became quite iconic. And I'm not a huge fan of the sequel trilogy overall, but I think that kind of helped build that character and lift that character a little bit up in the film. Gave her kind of like a landmark kind of anthem. Enjoyed that. Jewel of Fates has always been a big favourite of mine. Such a thrilling way to launch the prequels with that. First time there's been sort of like a choir added to a Star Wars track as well, which was great. And there's lots of music as well that sort of gets hidden away in Star Wars games and so on as well. But Ray's theme I think has really captivated me in the last few years, so I'm going to go with that.
There's some incredible music in Attack of the Clones. I mean, I think Phantom Menace is probably the strongest, you could argue, strongest album of all of them. There's a moment Phantom Menace, and but the Clones got some gorgeous stuff. Django's music and all that's the middle of that film is just phenomenal. It's a brilliant soundtrack, badly overrated or underrated rather.
And obviously we've had guys beyond John Williams add their own take to Star Wars music as well. Has anything from Solo or Rogue One been a personal favourite for you guys?
Matt?
Nothing really stands out of those two because I'm not listening that much. I watch films a lot, but I've not listened scores for some reason. Droid tune sticks ahead. Love it.
Yeah.
Good choice. Trouble again. Love the Solo. Solo was phenomenal. My favourite Star Wars since for many. So I think it's all. I cannot wait for this deluxe edition. I really can't. It needs to come out vinyl, set, 8-track. I don't care on what physics. It's all.
The the main sort of Rogue One anthem for me was another great one. It worked brilliantly. They used it in a few places throughout the film, and particularly towards the end, as you kind of got to see the Death Star explosion on the horizon. It fitted in quite beautifully there as well.
Yeah, it is a gorgeous. We think he wrote that in what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something crazy after he finished The Strain to turn it around.
Time.
Yeah, incredible.
But with that discussed, that's another end for another episode of Good Morning Tatooine. We'll be back next Sunday, same time, 9 p.m. GMT, and whatever that translates to everybody around the world. So thanks for you guys who joined live and contributed, and thanks for you guys who watch it later on Facebook and on YouTube. And with that, let's say goodbye.
Take care.
Keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news each and every day on FanthaTracks.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, and Pinterest at FanthaTracks. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow FanthaTracks TV to be alerted to new content and to be a part of our live shows.